ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீருந்துருதூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாருந்தசுந்த பலமொழியுள் ஒரு பிரதானேயமையாதோ தாரதியில் வாழ்வார்க்க வானிரப்போமளவும் வாழ்வ.
So we saw that a person who has completed the 5 types of yajna, namely the last one being, the fifth one being yoga, he will be a donor of success over spirituality. In the sense, he will make us also blissful. That's the meaning. Brahma Siddhidaha. That was the last word which we can say. Then Narada was asking, we understood, we have heard. He said we have heard. Maya. Maya by me, it is heard. Akhilaha, everything. Purvam, earlier. Bhagavad Yagaha Uttamaha. And the best sacrifice is the sacrifice towards the Lord, the Almighty. Tasya Angani Jnatum Ichchami. Vibhagena. I want to know. Aham, I. Ichchami, want. Jnatum, to know. Vibhagena, the division of its limbs. Tasya Angani. Punaha, again. Punaha means but. Also means again. Meaning, generally, it is only for our sake. Narada asks the questions to the Lord. Lord himself answers. And again, this is to remind us also. If we are capable of remembering all this, we need not read it again. Whereas, because we tend to forget, it's human to err. And therefore, Bhagavan, the Almighty, tells us what are the 8 limbs of the sacrifice to the Lord. Yagasya. When you say Yagasya, in bold letters, Bhagavad Yagasya, sacrifice towards the Lord, spiritual sacrifice. Now, please note the 2 words in Sanskrit scriptures, namely, Yajno vai Vishnuhu, Vishnur vai Yajnaha. These are only synonymous sentences, small sentences, very easy. Vai means truly, definitely, surely, equal to. So, what is equal to what? The sacrifice is called Vishnu. The very sacrifice, performance, all the materials used, all the processes are adopted, all the mantras, spells uttered, everything, inclusive of everything, is called Vishnu. As we say, Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. The whole universe has been occupied or pervaded by Lord Vishnu. We say Yajno vai Vishnu. This is scripture. Krishna Yajurveda. Vishnur vai Yajnaha. Again, Vishnu is equal to sacrifice. Sacrifice is equal to Vishnu. 2 times it occurs, of course, in separate occasions. And therefore, we must know that whatever sacrifice you can perform, there are many types of sacrifices. Number one, by the kings, it's called Vishwajit. Vishwajit, success over the universe. In those days, you can say limited to, say, Bharata Desha and so forth. Bharata Desha is our world, that's all. So Vishwajit. Then there are some sacrifices which are very popular, which are known to all of us, namely Ashwamedha. It is not a sacrifice of the horse, but called a horse sacrifice. We don't sacrifice the horse. We don't kill the horse. Horse is again, this horse sacrifice is called what you call for this victory over all other kings. So the horse is sent to all places with along with a few soldiers, and then whoever is bold enough to tie the horse and then keep it in his place, then the king who performs the Ashwamedha sacrifice has to go and fight with the king who tied up the horse, win him over, and then come back, releasing the horse. So that is our. Sometimes some mistaken notions are about Ashwamedha sacrifice. Please do not read them and take a wrong meaning. Even from Ramayana, they may say something. Here one, and again, as you know, Dasharatha performed Putra Kameshti Yaga, meaning in order to beget a son, Putra Kameshti Yaga. We say in ordinary terms which we use in normal situations, namely, Simanta. Simanta is the name of the function. It's not actually Simanta, it's Simanta. But we generally say Simantam. So Simanta is what we call Pumsavana Simanta Muhurta Patrika. We type invitation by saying Pumsavanam. Pum Savanam. Pum Savanam. Pum for the son, for the child, male child. Savanam is Yaga. So there are so many words for Yaga, Yajna, and so on. So you have another, so Putra Kameshti Yaga is there. Suppose we want rain. So we call it Kariri Ishti. Kariri, all long vowels. Kariri. Ishti we call it. Ishti is in a small scale sacrifice. Ashwamedha Yajna, Vishwajit Yaga are all very great yagas. Then again, big scale sacrifices. And then we have common man's sacrifice called Agnishtoma Yaga, which is conducted for 5 days with the 14 priests. And then it's just for heaven. In order to go to heaven, Indra's place, we say Agnishtoma Yaga. So again, please remember, the basics of these yagas are the blessings of Vishnu. Only by Vishnu's propitiation we will attain all our aims through these yagas. So we have a lot of Ishti. Soma Yaga, you would have known Soma Yaga. So Soma Yaga generally is understood as a sacrifice towards Lord Shiva, because Sa Uma becomes Soma. Uma is Parvati, as you know. Then Sa Uma is with Uma, namely. So who is with Uma is Lord Shiva. So it's called Soma. Soma Sundaram is a meaning names Soma Sundaram. And then Soma Varam, Monday. Today is Monday. So Monday is called Soma Varam. Soma is a plant. Yeah. Soma is a plant. தமிழ்ல இது வந்து இப்போ சீந்தில் கொடின்னு வச்சுக்கிறோம். அது கிடைக்கல. The Soma plant we do not have, just like Kalpa Vrikshaha, Kamadhenu and so on. So Parijata flower and so on. So Soma is a plant creeper by which when you crush it, you get a juice and the juice is intoxicating. And therefore it's called. But Soma is used. Soma plant is used in every sacrifice for your information. A good, good interference because if we raise doubts, we will have some extra explanation to the doubts. Uh, so it is an intoxicant, yes. And then toxic, you say, toxic. Can even be poison if one consumes a lot. And then the sacrifice, Somayaga, though utters a lot of names of Lord Shiva for 5 days, 5 goats, 5 young lambs are sacrificed, sometimes many, sometimes 16 also. And it is not called violence, please note, because of course the lambs are brought to the sacrificial place with force, and afterwards they are released. The rope on their necks are removed as the mantras are spelt, where the powerful words from the scriptures are spelt. The lambs remain there. No, they don't run away, as we see from the butcher's shop. They are controlled by the spells, and people say, those who are orthodox in performing the sacrifices, they say it is allowed by the Lord to do violence in the sense they themselves are very lucky. That's what they say, fortunate to have their lives sacrificed. According to Christianity, as you know, there is no life for the goat. உயிரே இல்லை மனுஷன் தவிர மற்ற எல்லாத்துக்கும் உயிரே இல்லை அதனால தான் because of that they kill animals. When you say you are not killing a life. And we also kill some plants for our food. So that is why we have what we call expiation function called Vishvedeva. Vishvedeva is the Vaishwadeva, worship of Vishvedevas called Vaishwadeva. Vaishwadeva means performance of a small scale sacrifice in order to escape from the sins of committing the killing of the plants. கீரை சாப்பிட்றோம் இந்த கீரைகளுக்கெல்லாம் நம்ம கரிகால் திருத்துறோம். Though you buy vegetables from the market, we cut them into pieces as though it is a cut of the limbs of the plants. The plants have life, as we say. The plant kingdom has life. Therefore, let us not go into the controversy here. So I am giving a small list of sacrifices. And if you ask a scholar called Keshava Dikshita of Srirangam, he tells us a very big list of sacrifices. He is called Bahuyaji. And he has done a lot of sacrifices. And especially we have what to call one very small Paka Yajnas, Soma Yajnas, Havir Yajnas. HAVIR, Havir Yagas. And Havis is, of course, what you call cooked rice. The other one is Paka Yajna. Paka is cooked things are what we call like Kolkattai for Vinayaka. We have cooked sweets and savories offered in the fire. Now, another one is Karam Pashu. I think I must give you the Sanskrit word. The cow sacrifice is there. But the cow is not sacrificed as horse is not sacrificed in horse sacrifice. I think Keshadas Swami will come to my rescue. So, yeah, a very big milky cow, very useful cow. Uh, okay. A milky cow is donated. Only cow is donated. Don't think that cow is a sacrifice. And we have such a sacrifice. So what now we are talking about Bhagavad Yaga. That doesn't mean we sacrifice the Lord. So Sri Bhagavan was the auspicious Lord says, Lord Almighty associated with the goddess Mahalakshmi says or said, Uvacha said, 8 limbs of Yaga. So Antakarana Yagadi Yavad Atma Nivedanam Tat Adyam Mangam Yagasya Namna Abhigamanam Mahat. So the Pancha Yajnam, as we said earlier, namely of the Panchakala Prakriya, that is 5 timings differentiated for 5 types of worship. The number 1 is Abhigamana. Therefore, Abhigamanam is called the great sacrifice. Abhigamanam Mahat. Mahat is the great sacrifice. Yagasya Mahat. Greatest among the 5 sacrifices. Because we are doing it first in the morning. Adyam, first one. Angam, the limb of the Bhagavad Yaga, namely the worship of the Lord. So Tatu also can be done. Also Tada. Tada is at that time. Tatu means that. Tatu means therefore. Two or three meanings here. So Tatu means that. Tatu means therefore. Tada means at that time. So what do we do? Antakarana Yaga. I told you elaborately what we do in Abhigamanam. We pray. Heading is Yagasya Ashtavangan. Heading is Yagasya Ashtavangan. They are in bold letters. Yagasya Ashtavangan. I told you the spelling of the word Ashta is different here. Ashtav. Both are same. It is 8. Ashtavangan. Yeah. 8 Gangas. You add Bhagavad Yajna. Bhagavad Yaga. You can say Pancha Yajna. As we understand, because we do it, we must do it daily. So Antakarana Yagari. So doing it with our heart. Antakarana. Antakarana is Manas. Manas is different from Buddhi. Buddhi is different from Ahankara. Ahankara is different from Prakriti and so on. There are so many parts. So Antakarana, Antaha inside, Karanam instrument. So inner instrument, you can even say Lord. Lord Almighty is Antakarana, one who activates inside. So Yagadi, when you are making a sacrifice of, what do you call, not sacrifice, worship. So don't mistake the word sacrifice in English from Sanskrit. So here, so when your mind works for the worship of the Lord, Yavat till Atma Nivedana. So you have 9 types of bhakti: Shravanam, Vishnoha Smaranam, Kirtanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha Smaranam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedana. There are 9 types. This is a Bhagavata verse from Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedana. So of course, there are 9 types of bhakti there, devotion. Now we are now talking about the last one. Yavad Atma Nivedanam, up to, until. Yavad is until. If you use Yavat Tavat, means as long as. So Yavat until Atma Nivedanam, you submit your soul. It is not you are submitting your soul, but submitting his soul, and you are resubmitting your soul, or returning the soul, which you thought so far that it belongs to you. So it is not our soul, it's not my soul. We are thieves for stealing the soul from the Lord and say it is our soul. The soul has name now because it gets attached to the body. We have names, but generally soul has no name. It is X or Y, A, B, C, something like that. So Yavad Atma Nivedanam, till the submission of the soul, or rather resubmission of the soul, return of the soul. That means dedication of our soul. That's what I mean. Dedication of our soul. You say we don't want anything from the Lord. Truly feel truly that we don't want anything from the Lord. As I said, the example, we don't tell Palashruti of Vishnu Sahasranama. Sometimes Palashruti of anything, say. We don't pronounce the list of advantages over the recitation of any devotional song. That's called Atmanivedana. We don't expect anything from the Lord. We don't want. We don't want. Dhruva was the youngest child, 5-year-old child, and also Prahlada. These two are very good examples of children not asking anything. Generally, children will ask, but children did not ask. These children did not ask. So we go to the next page. Dvitiyaha Adhikara, we are going through the second chapter. Pujanam cha argya pushpa adyehi bhogaihi yat akhilam mune bahya upacharaihi tat vidhi bhoga samyam tu narada. Now we have Bhogyasanam we say in Tamil, in Sanskrit for Thiruvaradhanam in our home, Bhogyasanam. In Bhogyasanam, we offer food. It's called Bhojanasana. It can be called Bhojanasana. Yeah, Bhojasanam we say. But here it is called as Bhoga Asana. Bhoga Asana. Name is Bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. Bhogi, long level, meaning serpent. Lord Almighty reclines on the Bhoga Shayanam, happy bed, enjoyable bed, which is Bhogi Shayanam, on the serpent. How can one lie peacefully on the serpent? How can we enjoy? Here, Pujanam, worship, chad and Arghya. It starts with Argyam. So, Argyam, Padyam, Achamaniyam, these three important ingredients of offering. So, you offer water for washing the hands. Whose hands? Lord's hands. How do you do it with Saligrama or even sometimes Vigraha? Only by mind. You imagine that you are washing the divine hands. Argyam. Then what do you do for Argyam after that? So you Archana you do it. Archanam. Again remember all the 9 types of devotion. So Archanam we are doing. How do we do it? By flowers. Pushpa. Not only Pushpa but also basil leaves, Tulasi, Dalam. Therefore we have Adyehi, etc. Flowers, etc. And then Bhogehi. So give him enjoyment in the sense, make him enjoy, say, um, he allows you to make him enjoy. Let us remember Satvika Tyaga. So Bhogehi. So add unguents, um, besmear with sandal paste for good smell, light the camphor for an ambience, offer food, various items, whatever possible. Today being Ekadashi, we have to offer fruits. And those fruits also should not be taken if you can withstand the hunger. If we can withstand the hunger, even fruits are avoidable. Fruits are to be avoided. Even water. Nirjalam. today. So bhogaihi, so meaning whatever he enjoys, whatever he is supposed to enjoy, whatever we imagine that he would relish, he would be happy to receive. All those to be done. Akhilam, everything. Whatever facility is available with you, you must give him, offer him. So Muni, O sage, Narada, then these are all what we call outer respects. Bhashyehi upacharehi. So you are attending to the service of the Lord, what you call as you do it for the guest who comes to your home. So Bhashya upachari, these are all outer services. But while we do this, we must remember that our mind also should concentrate on that. So this is what Kulasheka Alvar said. Jihve kirte keshavam muraripam cheto bhajastridharam. Panidvanda samatyayachyuta kathas shotradvayatvam shunu. Krishnam loke lochanadvaya hare gachangri ugmalayam jigragrana mukunda pada tulasim murdhan namadhokshajam. A complete list of the face, the limbs of the face, the hands and legs, and what to do. So he gives a list, perfect list. So use your tongue to sing the names of the Lord, Keshavam. Your mind should concentrate on meditating on the Lord. Keto bhajastridhara. What is the use of your two hands? Archaya. That's what you hear. Pushpadyahi. Pushpadyahi. Use flowers, basil leaves. Don't smell the flowers and basil leaves before you offer them, before offer the Lord. The food which is prepared for the Lord will be sweet smelling. Rather, it will attract our olive olfact nerves. I think I'm not giving the correct pronunciation. Olfactic nerves. So we will be smelling the aroma of the food that we prepare. Not to be done. It's very difficult to control our nose also. So here, so all this must be offered. Tad vidhi. So please understand. Vidhi means please know. It's a request as well as an order. It is called the vidhiling lakara, potential mood verb. Tat that. So all this which has been said in the earlier words. Bhoga sanyam to Narada. Hey Narada Mune. Add these two words. Hey Narada Mune. O sage Narada. Bhoga sanyam. This is called. Sanyam is name. It's called Bhoga. Then madhu ajya aktena dadhna vai puja cha pashuna piva tatra tritiyam hi yagangam turyam annena pujanam. Venugopalanji, though you are in the midnight, you have to be carefully noting, and your homework will be in the next session by asking you what are the eight angas, what are the eight limbs? Carefully note. Now I repeat, number one is Abhigamanam. Abhigamanam is number one. Note it down. Meaning approach to the Lord in the morning, say. Better normally in the morning. We are talking about the beginning of the day. Beginning of a good day. Therefore, Abhigamanam is number one. Number two is Puja, Pujanam. Look at the second word, the second line. Now we come to Pujanam, include all this what I say, namely Argya Padya Achamaniya Arpanam. Samarpanam, we can say. Argya Padya Achamaniya. Nina and Argyam only is said here. So include all the three. Under Pujanam, number 2, this is second limb. Please note, Venugopalanji is the only target here. Others can escape. Whereas so you have to tell me back. You must give me feedback. So number 2 is Pujanam. It will include also flower offerings. Not only flower offerings, whatever material that you find fit to be offered. I said basil leaves. So as I said, the verse of Parajagrad was Mukundamala. He says, Jigragrana Mukunda Pada Tulasim. Oh, nose, please smell the basil leaf, Tulasi. Cosimum sanctum, we say in botanical term. Only after offering. Don't smell the Tulasi leaves before offering. So Tulasi, Mukunda Pada Tulasi. When it is offered at the divine feet of Lord Mukunda, then you just smell it. You take it. You can consume it. Also. You can eat it. Of course, not flowers. So here, even sometimes rose flowers can be eaten. Good rose flowers, edible rose flowers can be eaten. So here, so you remember the 2 lines under Pujanam. Number 2, the limb number 2. Pujanam, Argya Pushpa Adyehi Bhogaihi. It is there. So you can add your materials if you want at your will, but it should be acceptable to the Shastra of Pancaratra. So now we come to Tritiya, the third one, the limb number 3, the Angam, Tritiyam Angam. So take a cow if you want near the Lord. That is what we say Vishwarupa Seva in Srirangam. All of you know. Vishwarupa Seva includes Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu in the sense a cow. Pashuna Apiva. Pashu generally meaning animal in Sanskrit. Animal, generally animal in Sanskrit. We are also Pashu. We are all animals. We are, of course, social animals. Pashu. Pashu means living being. Pashu means generally living being. Pashu means animal. But Pashu in Tamil meaning cow. Therefore, we have to take it as cow here. Because we don't bring bull or any other, say, dog, because it is an animal. It's a pet animal also. We don't bring dog to the temple. So, Pashuna Apiva, or otherwise with a cow, puja, the worship. Then, what do you offer? Don't mix the words here. It's very easy to understand and at the same time difficult to decipher sometimes. Because don't mix words. Mixture of words is dangerous. Meaning, madhu, take honey, offer honey. Take ajyam, the ghee, the ghee. The ghee is called ghritam or sarpish, and it's called ajyam when you offer it to the fire. There are 3 names for the ghee, Ghee, and it is ghritam if you want to take it ordinary object which we consume. When we consume, of course, without offering the ghee, you should not consume the ghee also. Everything on your dining table should have been already offered. So the ghee becomes ajyam in Sanskrit, named ajyam in Sanskrit when it is offered to the fire, or you have sarpish. So well-boiled butter becomes a ghee, as you know. So the ghee must be liquid like water. It should not be semi-solid. Please remember that. So ajyam, then aktena. Aktena means combined with. So here again we may sometimes mistake it as panchagavyam for the Lord. Okay, if you are ready to offer panchagavyam, there is a big procedure. So adopt the procedure. I'm hopeful of the procedure as given by S.K. Rangaraja Bhattar of Srirangam. He has given a book to guide me for making Panchagavyam because my grandfather used to do it, but I did not understand the process in my young days. Now it is clearly mentioned in the book and how it is to be done and so on. So collect five. So milk, almost all products. So milk of cow, milk, the butter, the curds, the ghee, and the dung, dung, cow dung. So all the five. How to mix them, how to use the spells of the scriptures and so on. There's a strict procedure. Urine, sorry, and urine. Five. So we say in Tamil as well as Sanskrit, mutram. The same thing. So dung, the cow dung. Shani we say in Tamil. So we have, so this is the, so now third one, dadhna. Dadhna is by curds, with curds. So what do? You can do Tirumajjanam, that is Abhisheka or anointment or making the Lord bathe, giving him a bath by what we call honey, the ghee, and also sometimes ghee is not generally Panchamrita and not Panchakavya. Okay, good. Panchamrita. In Panchamrita, add fruits. Today they add apple also. Draksha, the grapes, and so on. So they add many other fruits also, and I mean, mix with the honey. And I think curds are different. Curds are separately done. I mean, used. Papaya, yes. So anything, any good fruit that devotees offer are mixed.
நானே பப்பாளி
So,
பப்பாளி யூஸ் பண்றது இல்லையா நம்ம இதுல?
அதாவது அப்படி இல்லை சார். அது கத்தையாவது கண்டதை போடுறது பழக்கம். அது சொல்றேன். ஏதாவது வந்து கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா போட்டு இது உண்டு. அன்னாசி பழம், பைனாப்பிள், அப்புறம் இது மாதுளம்பழம், தாடிமம், சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல தாடிமம், மாதுளம்பழம், பொமக்ரானேட் ஃப்ரூட். என்னதான் போடல. ஆப்பிள் ஏன் போடுறீங்க? ஆப்பிள் வந்து போடக்கூடாது. ஃபாரின் ஃப்ரூட்டுமா.
அது இந்தியால தான் விளையுது.
இப்போ இப்போ இப்போ
ஓ, இந்தியால கிடையாது. காஷ்மீர்ல எப்பயுமே கிடையாது.
அது தெரியல, என்னன்னு தெரியல. முன்னாடி I think it was kadali phalam is very important ingredient. Banana, fruits. So we got a lot of fruits. So madhu ajya aktena. You can say pancha amritam. Panchamritam is famous for more Kartikeya than even Lord Siman Narayana. So dadhna, so with the curds, why truly puja, the worship, cha and pashunapiva. So tate tritiyam hi yagangam. Now, please note Venugopal and Swami. Fourth is turyam, fourth. Turyam means fourth. Annena puja. So it is just fresh cooked rice. Nothing is mixed with the cooked rice. Maybe a small amount of ghee. Small amount of ghee. So it's called shuddhikatam annam. Ghritena shuddhikatam annam. So this is annena pujan. Worship by cooked rice. Annam, odanam, they are called cooked rice. That's why we say for curd rice we say dadhi odanam. Odanam is cooked rice. Annam is cooked rice. Dadhyannam. Either you say dadhyannam or dadhyodanam.
மதுவர்க்கம் போன்றா இல்லையா? அதுவும் அதேதான்.
அதான் மது பர்க்கம். மது பர்க்கா, அதுதான் பஞ்சாமிர்தம். பஞ்சாமிர்தம் பஞ்ச, நாம தப்பா சொல்லிடுவோம், பஞ்சாமிர்தம் சொல்லுவோம். பஞ்சமிர்தம், பஞ்சாமிர்தம், 5, 5. அமிர்தம்ங்கிறது ஆல் ஆர் குட், இம்மார்டல் திங்ஸ். அமிர்தம், that is as good as nectar. as good as ambrosial liquid. So tat tritiyam hi yagam. Offering the honey, ghee, curds, along with the worship of the cow is called the third limb. And fourth is Anena Puja. Now, Niveditasya yad danam purvokta vidhinamune sampradanam tu tannama yagangam panchamam smritam. So now, the main deity, what we call the presiding deity of the temple, must be offered this. Then you take these things offered to another deity of another sanctum sanctorum, maybe the same incarnation of the Lord Sriman Narayana or any other one. Sometimes, generally, the cook gives a lot of plates, different plates, where the same items are placed. This is how I saw somewhere. So, same items are placed in different plates. One, the main one goes to, with a lot goes to the main deity, presiding God, and then the other plates go to other deities in the same temple. So Niveditasya yad dhanam. What has been already offered to the Lord. So yat dhanam, that will be given again. Purvokta vidhina muni. As it is said earlier by rule. O sage, sampradhanam tu tannama. That is giving the food items, rather giving the offerings very sincerely. That's called sampradhanam. Sampradhanam tannama yagangam panchamam smritam. Now, let us think that, let us guess that it is offered to the devotees for consumption. Sampradhanam tu tannama, distribution of the prasadaha, offered food. Yagangam panchamam smritam. That is the fifth one. So devotees also must be satisfied, make them content. If I am wrong, I must be corrected. Therefore, again, sampradhanam, already nivedisya yaddanam is there. Then again, sampradhanam meaning, if you say, again offering to the deities in the temple, for example, alvars, acharyas in the temple, then you have this one, the sampradhanam. Devotees should be made to wait. That's all. Then one is santarpanam. Now, after doing while performing the Bhagavad Yaga, namely, the fire ritual is a part of the Bhagavad Yaga, and therefore, Vanni, the fire, Santarpanam, satisfaction to the fire should be ensured. So, Shashtam, that is the sixth one. Please note, it is the sixth one. You can ask questions at the end of the session if there is a doubt. So, Vanni Santarpanam is a very big satisfaction to the fire. It is the sixth limb of the Bhagavad Gita. Pitruyagastu Saptama. Now, Pitruyagam meaning the sacrifice to the ancestors, not father only. The father in the sense, whose father? Lord's father. Lord's father meaning there are so many incarnations and there were so many parents, if you say, father. Dasharatha to Rama, Kashyapa to Vamana, Vasudeva to Krishna, and so on. So many are there. So it is not a question of Pitru Agastu. It is all for the ancestors of all the devotees. That's what I can understand. Again, I am subject to correction. So Pitru Agastu Saptamam. Now we offer the food already offered to the Lord into the fire, saying Pitrubhyaha Swaha. So we have all the ancestors. what do you call, we have a world for sons and sisters, Pitraloka. Pitraloka. And therefore, so Saptamam, that is the seventh. The eighth is complete now in the next line. Very easy to understand all the 8 limbs, but the practical is difficult. Practical offering is difficult. Now you see Prana Agni Havan. Now you have a fire in the lungs, fire in the form of air. The Panchabhutas, as you understand, there are the Akasha, the space, the fire, the water, the Agni, so Prithvi, the earth, what you call the hard things of the body. Prithvi, up water, Tejas is fire, Vayu, the air, Akasha, the sky, not the space either. So these Panchabhutas must be propitiated and satisfied. We have to make them contented. So it's called Pranahuti, offer to the exhaling and inhaling air. Prana in the sense, our life-giving wind, oxygen, as we say scientifically. When we exhale, we give out carbon dioxide. Please remember this because it is science. So prana is life-giving air. So the oxygen helps us to live, breathe. So prana agni havanam. So as you know, you can create fire with air. By the fast movement of air, you can bring the fire. The fire will be lit by the tornado, by the hurricane, by the storm, by friction, yes, with terrestrial objects. So you find that Agni Nakshatram, meteors falling down because of the friction of air. The clouds also, the water also, water clouds, water-bearing clouds dash with each other and they make noise, shabda. And of course, shabda is a quality of akasha, the space ether, and therefore. And again, you get what you call minnal, vidyut in Sanskrit, lightning. So the electricity is produced by the dashing of 2 watery objects. So it's hydraulic electricity. So here, so pranagni havanam. Havanam means yaga. Havanam meaning, you know the word havis. You know the word havana patram. There is a vessel for which into which you offer the ghee or and you create fire there. In the sense you lit a fire. You light a fire in the havan. We say in havan Hindi, meaning a patram, a vessel, a copper vessel. Sometimes they have cement or wood, not wood, sorry, some stone vessel. So prana agni havanam namna tu anuyagaha tat ashtamam. So the 8th limb, ashtamam, ashtamam is 8th, tat ashtamam, that is the 8th one. What is called anuyaga. So you have what you call an accessory sacrifice, yes, ancillary sacrifice. You have a follow-up of sacrifice. Anu means follow. Yaga again sacrifice. Namna by name. Prana Agni Havan. Now, you are offering the fire of your inhaling air to the fire. Therefore, so the fire joins the fire. So it is Prana Agni, as you know. While the inhaling air goes into the body, human body, it goes with a temperature, with heat, and comes out with heat. So that's why we say Agni. And we have another fire in our body, namely Jatharagni, the fire in the belly to digest the food. So we have fire in everywhere. Fire is everywhere. Sometimes it's dormant, and sometimes it's.
Badavagni.
Badavagni is in ocean. Ocean. It's a submarine fire. It's called submarine fire. It is in the ocean in order to control the flooding of, rather tsunami of the ocean occupying the land space, because all the rivers, all the heavy flowing rivers join the ocean. The ocean doesn't become bigger and bigger every day. It remains the same size. The quantity of water remains the same. That is why the reason, the presence of submarine fire inside. Vadavagni. It's called Vadavagni. Va is replaced by Va in Sanskrit. Vavayor Abhedaha. Now, Lord Bhagavan, Almighty Sriman Narayana is very brief. And then iti etat kathitam sarvam, it has been said already, everything has been said so far. Yati toya parichoditam, which you have already researched into, you have studied, analyzed, parichoditam. You have analyzed well, you know it, but you are asking it for others. So pradadami, I will give you a gift in the sense. Achirad, soon. Achirad means soon, before long. Achirat, yat which, yat achiradya dvaita nishthanam parampara. Achirad vadami, achiradya dvai tan nishthanam parampara. Okay. So achirad soon, yat which, why truly, tan nishthanam. If you are good in all the 8 limbs, that is following the 8 limbs correctly by doing Bhagavad Gita, I will give them Parampadam, the highest abode, namely Sri Vaikuntha. Meaning, Achirad iti anena asya karmanaha karmantarebhyaha swabhavataha prashastya muchyate smaranti cha vyasadaya. What are the actions to be performed further in order that Lord will bless us soon? We'll take them up for tomorrow.
மது பர்க்கம் நாங்களே இந்த பர்க்கம் மீனிங் என்ன சொன்னீங்க? மது பர்க்கம்ல பர்க்கம் மீனிங் என்ன?
சொல்றேன். பர்க்க மது பர்க்க meaning series. SERIES.
Oh.
It is mispronounced often.
Oh, ஆமாமா இல்ல மது வர்க்கம். ஓகே.
Swami, question. Is it possible to ever have the Tiruvaradana in the evening rather than the morning in the house?
Your voice is not heard if you want to say something. You must be allowed.
I was asking if it is possible for householders to have Tiruvaradana in the evening rather than the morning.
Yes, Swami, Keshav Swami.
He wants to know if sometimes in the house can somebody do Tiruvaradhanam in the evening instead of the morning?
Generally, deviations are not allowed. Generally, out of already I think it is mentioned in the Pancaratra Raksa. According to the capacity, and we must not give lame excuse for our deviations. That's the only thing. It must be a genuine cause. For example, one happened, of course, it happened frequently in my case. I slept over during the evening twilight. We are not supposed to sleep during morning twilight and evening twilight. And today, many youngsters and many elders, because of their old age, they do this wrong, namely sleeping during twilights. Now, what is the mistake of my sleeping during twilight is not only I have done a prohibited action, but also I missed the time of evening twilight worship. That's me. That is more important than your sleeping. I mean, sleeping, that is because of tiredness, you say. And again, it is because sleep is because of the darkness of ignorance. Please note. Darkness of ignorance haunts us and as you said, possesses us. Possesses us, and we have what we call tamas in our body that makes us sleep. That's a problem. During morning twilight and evening twilight, we are not supposed to sleep. And we have some prohibited actions also, except that we worship the Lord by repeating the names silently. Repeat the names of the Lord silently. That's very important. And especially on a day, for example, day after tomorrow, on 17th evening, Trayodashi day, we must observe complete silence. And we must always, generally, we must not reveal resounding recitation of mantras, especially Gayatri, generally, but on that particular day, never. Don't make others know or hear what spells that you recite. That is different. So, to your question, to specific, deviation is not allowed. Skipping of the function is not allowed. For example, today there is a concession for some people, maybe in our group also. In the 12 months Ravi Sankaramana Tarpanam, there is a concession of doing only for 4 months, 4 important months. And we are not supposed to use this concession. We cannot take advantage of this concession and then misuse it or abuse it and so on. I will say misuse, and we are misusing and abusing. Whereas we have no work to do, but why don't we do all the 12 months Ravi Sankaramana Tarpanam? The satisfaction of the ancestors by doing. Now, when we skip a particular Tarpanam, for example, on new moon day, it cannot be repeated. It cannot be rectified. We cannot make an expiation for the sin committed for missing the Tarpanam. That is my knowledge. That is my knowledge. To my knowledge, everybody says once you miss Tarpanam, even when you miss one anniversary of your dead father, then there is a concession. You can perform it on the next Ashtami day, 8th day, or I think the same Tithi in which the father passed away, and then that is allowed. I think Amavasya is also sometimes used in the next month, or again the second month after the exact date, and so on. But there is no repetition possible for Amavasya Tarpanam missed. Even for daily Sandhyavandanam, there is no let up. There is no substitute. But some people will laugh at us when we say we perform after 8 hours or 6 hours. So there is a definite time that they fix for the late some offering of the Argyam with Gayatri, and therefore I have heard that I think say 2 hours are given for delay from 6 o'clock in the evening or morning up to 8 o'clock, but not beyond that. Sometimes people say, and then I must look at the Shastra also as Yashodas wants it. We must go deep into the Shastra. How much delay can be done? How much delay can be allowed? So here, they say useless. Once you do it beyond that, it is useless. That means you have missed, you have committed sin. And if you have performed correctly, there is no merit accruing to you. சந்தியாவந்தனம் பண்ணா புண்ணியம் கிடையாது. சந்தியாவந்தனம் பண்ணாட்டா பாபம் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் சாஸ்திரம். Everybody has said it, every elder has said it. And my own Acharya, in the sense who taught me what we call Chillarai Ragasyangal of Swami Vedanta Deshika, Poundarikapuram Andavan, by name Sri Gopala Deshikarya, he used to say, yesterday you forgot to do Sandhyavandanam, or you missed Sandhyavandanam. Today you do it. You do it again. I should do 3 times extra than the 3 times of today. 6 times. If I miss the whole day, 3 times. So that is very more and more difficult. Therefore, following his advice is also difficult. Therefore, he used to say, after performing all the days of your daily anushtanam, you come and prostrate before me. Otherwise, don't come to me. Don't come to me. if you worship the goddess Ranganayika and Ranganatha, how many times at temple, and you're worshipping me also is useless. He said. Very useless. Nothing will give you benefit. He is very strict man. And I mean, our Acharya Arishingar also, 46th Pontiff, also advises all people. If you want to beget a child, perform Sandhyavandanam daily, regularly. If you want to get married, perform Sandhyavandanam regularly. He says everything. But he advises the wives of the devotees, saying, don't give him food. Don't give him rasam. He says, don't give him vegetable. If he doesn't, your husband does not perform or miss any. சாற்றுமது கொடுக்காதே. சாற்றுமது கொடுக்காதே. He takes Kurambu and goes on. What is so don't give him. Don't feed him with a great feast. That's what. So people insist. Acharyas insist. But what do we do? Venugopalanji, you must find out, at least in foreign country, there is a saying that it is a boga bhumi, and therefore any foreign country is not. I mean, it is not necessary to perform anything there. It is it's only karma bhui in India and Bharat Desha, and then nothing can be useless there. That can be useful there. Sorry. So this is how we interpret rules. And the quintessence of the performance is only self-discipline. That if you understand that.
Swami, they are the European countries, they believe God, but they are Sarvagamadam style. My life is like, I will enjoy life, I will. So, of course, moral bindings to the extent individual. It is individual. But they follow the system, discipline. Of course, the discipline, they are very disciplined, where I cannot comment on. But the lifestyle and other things, our Sarva, like
Sarvagamadam. The disciplinary system is different. Their discipline is different. Neither we can imitate them nor we can follow them.
Of course, we don't to imitate, because it's a structured one. Where what our system is a very structured one. So imitation doesn't arise because they never allow anything to come inside. That is what my understanding of this. Of course, slowly it is. Slowly, people are converting to that level. Conversion doesn't the practice habit.
Deterioration.
Even you take this Kalyanam Bhojanam, it is only conversion of that.
Deterioration everywhere. So Pancaratra has got a lot of deteriorations. Okay then. So already Venugopalanji is.
रामानुजतया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः। वादीद्वीपशिरो भङ्गपञ्चाननपराक्रमः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यश्चिरं विजयतां भुवि। चीरुन्नृतुपुल्तिरुवेङ्कटमुरयान् पारुन्नर्चुन्नबलमुय्युल् ओरुन्नृतानेयमेयातो தாரணியல் வானீரப்போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
One of the Gurukula teachers of Velakuri's Gurukula was telling me in the Smriti Shastras it says that the Kama Bhumi is only between Himalayas and Vindhyas.
Right. You wrote in the chat. I observed.
All the Brahmins are supposed to live there, between the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, and the Himalayas and the Vindhyas. That means South India is not part of Kama Bhumi at all.
Right.
I mean, this is in Shastra, no?
Oh, yeah.
So, what to speak of foreign countries? Foreign countries, completely out. But
still far off.
No. If you follow this, you are also coming under net. When you worship Narayana, wherever you worship, you will transform to that place.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree, because even if you look in Bhagavata, in the 5th canto, it talks about many different dweepas and places, and there's Narayana's being worshipped there in those places also. Right?
Swami, it's all mind, Swami. Whatever you feel is right.
Not what I feel. I'm saying in Shastra it says.
No, Shastra also, if you have that deep worship and deep devotion, it is the place wherever you worship. That's what I'm saying. Shastra is also saying, Shastra is saying, you don't, water is most pure water should be used. But when there is no other alternative, whatever available, you utilize. Water is most precious and holy. That's what they are telling. That's what I heard.
Okay, Swami knows, because he is worship Sriman Narayana in New York.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I have to go back to.
रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.